Hey guys, Jay here. When a console sunsets, it's always a bit melancholy. Even when it's not necessarily a console you love or have a lot of time with, it's still sad. That hardware is going away and this generation has died off. When it's a console you love and have spent thousands upon thousands of hours with, it really hits home. So this week, after 9 years and numerous hardware iterations, Nintendo revealed that the 3DS and 2DS family of consoles were officially ceasing production. And yeah, we all saw the writing on the wall, with the Switch being the mega hit that it is. I mean, it is a license to print money at this point for Nintendo. It still made me sad to know that no more hardware from the weird little 3D handheld that could would be made. Back in 2010 when the 3DS was announced, I was really skeptical about the system. I'd still had plenty of life in my DS Lite that I owned and still own, so I didn't really see the need or necessity for a new take on the handheld I adored. See, I was a heavy handheld gamer at the time. My DS Lite went with me everywhere, and I played it constantly. We rang in the new year on Animal Crossing. I revisited classic games like Final Fantasy VI and Chrono Trigger, and I was able to play my favorite GBA carts. Losing the GBA slot was one of my biggest qualms when the 3DS was revealed. But with that, I figured I'd still pick up the system, as Nintendo saw fit to ensure that the 3DS would remain backwards compatible with DS cartridges. Knowing that the games I owned and had put hours into wouldn't suddenly become obsolete made the decision easy. And while I didn't get it at launch, I actually waited almost a year before picking it up. I was buzzing to get it after playing my friend Rob's 3DS and his copy of Street Fighter IV. And when I finally did pick it up, the notable title I grabbed was Super Mario 3D Land, which really opened my eyes to what the console could do. And while the Nintendo first-party offerings were notable, things like Animal Crossing New Leaf, Fire Emblem Awakening, Pokemon X and Y, as well as Sun and Moon, all the Yokai Watch games, Mario Kart 7, both Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time, as well as A Link Between Worlds and every other Zelda game, there were so many fantastic games released from third parties and independent developers that it really showed the strength of the console. With over 400 physical releases alone, the library is magnificent. Just listen to this list of amazing games. Shovel Knight, which saw its debut on the 3DS and has become a worldwide phenomenon. SteamWorld Heist and SteamWorld Dig 2. Dragon Quest 7 and 8. Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater 3D. Monster Hunter Stories, Bravely Default and Bravely Second. Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. Shin Megami Tensei 4. Etrian Odyssey 4. Cave Story, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. Lots of 4s released on this console. Every Ace Attorney game ever made, I'm pretty sure. All the Professor Layton games, Rune Factory 4, there's that number again. The list, truly, is endless and kind of incredible to take in. And with all that game software came a ton of fantastic other productivity software, for lack of a better term. You could make your own Mii. There were AR games, you could browse the internet. Swap Note was an incredible game of post-it tag. There's a 3D camera and the incredible fun of the Street Pass Mii Plaza and all of its mini games, as well as the video services like Netflix, Hulu, and YouTube. And if all those don't do it for you, you also had the eShop, home of a virtual console and tons of exclusive games like Box Box Boy, Rusty's Real Deal Baseball, Dylan's Rolling Western, Binding of Isaac, Mighty Gun Volt, Ali Ali, and so many others. The system constantly gave you options for games to play. And yeah, while the games and the hardware are amazing, the things that I remember the most are the memories of the system. My wife getting excited about finding her Hylian Shield 3DS, Victor getting his Sun and Moon 3DS, watching his eyes open up in amazement playing Shovel Knight for the first time, and Meredith playing through her first 2D Zelda game with A Link Between Worlds. For me, it was my security blanket. It was a device that kept me grounded while Meredith and Victor had already moved to Michigan and I was in Orlando without them for 5 months, playing Ocarina of Time for the first time and discovering independent developers like Image and Form and Yacht Club Games. Hell, there was a time when Corey and I went to Gen Con in Indianapolis and brought our 3DSs with us and picked up so many Street Passes, we couldn't keep up. We filled up our plaza like 10 times. It was amazing. When I say that the 3DS and the DS family of consoles are my favorites, I say that without hyperbole or hesitation. It's both given me great memories and amazing gaming experiences, as well as allowed me time shared with my son and my wife playing games together. I also developed some of my favorite games when I worked in the industry for the DS. It's a rare thing for a console to be around and present as your kid grows from infancy to being a young adult, and the 3DS will always be a part of Victor discovering who he is as a gamer. I can't ever thank Nintendo enough for giving him that gateway into a hobby that's given me so much throughout my life. Guys, that's all for this one. Please let me know in the comments down below what your favorite memories of the 3DS are and what your favorite games are. I'm always looking for new stuff to check out on it. If you enjoyed the video, please do consider giving it a thumbs up down below. And if you enjoyed it and have watched this long, please do consider subscribing and ringing the notification bell. It really helps us out. Until next time, I've been Jay. Thank you for watching. Take care and stay square. We'll talk to you soon.